with Matt Juon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rope Talk, Quiet Corner TV, #1 rated pro wrestling show in all of Northeast Connecticut. I'm your host, Matt Dumont. It's my co-host, my man, Mike Moran. We're going to do a WrestleMania, not WrestleMania recap, but moving forward towards the next pay-per-view.
Because we got Backlash.
We got Backlash coming this Saturday.
We got a little build-up.
Well, excuse me. Be the day after this airs. Or before this airs, excuse me.
Day before, day after.
Yeah,
thing is, the wrestling fans are going to watch it no matter what.
Because
we are the #1, put it up, show in Northeastern Connecticut for talking about real wrestling. All right? Not sports entertainment.
We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to digest.
They've thrown us a lot since WrestleMania happened.
A lot of...
that first Monday was bonkers.
That was... I mean, I know we talked about it already, but it's that almost was better than WrestleMania.
Overall, I agree.
Yeah,
Monday night was better than the combination of both nights.
And we don't want to be the dead horse. WWE... I was thinking over the last 2 weeks is sometimes they throw phenomenal WrestleManias, 40. You go back to 30. Honestly, it's every 10 years. Or 5 to 10 years is 30 was amazing. Remember 20 was amazing. 25, 35. They have certain WrestleManias that I just feel like at some points our expectations are up here. And I think that's what's happened this past WrestleMania. It wasn't bad because I've watched it back once already.
Even last year, match for match, last year blows the doors off of this year.
And it was tough because you had a lot of buildup, and I know over the last couple of weeks, Triple H has been getting a lot of shit, but I also know there's the TKO, the board of directors, including Dwayne. And I think there was a lot of issues where he came on and basically said he did that whole basically skit for absolutely nothing. So it's
in the days the Monday and Tuesday following, it got weird.
And you watching, I watched the Elimination Chamber. What a great moment that was. And all of a sudden I'm like, but he had no plans. I'm like, so why did he do it? Then I'm trying to watch his The Rock, Dwayne's, his mannerisms. I'm like, he looked confused during that. He didn't know what to do. He went with it. You let Travis Scott slap you around a little bit, which I don't know was supposed to happen either. But we need, as a wrestling fan, we just need some kind of storyline so we can follow. And I think that's what screwed up WrestleMania this year. There was too many, almost
unanswered questions.
Yes. And moving forward, we're still unanswered, but at least we're past it at this point.
Moving on.
And we got Cena, by the way, playing he's finally doing a great heel run, which we all knew he was going to have.
A little too late, unfortunately, but he's killing it.
I didn't realize, and I think when they say his last win was a decade ago, I'm like, no freaking way. Then I go back and start watching, I'm like, he really did take that long. Yeah. Wow. But he still came around. And the thing is listen, I've seen Cena a handful of times, and the crowd is always hot and cold, but he always gets the same reaction.
Polarizing.
The
whole crowd's involved.
The whole crowd is involved.
Love him or hate him, you all give a shit that he's coming to the ring.
And it's great. But it's one of these things where how he's throwing it back at the crowd, at us, and it's selling well. I just think long-term wise, it's still confusing. It's almost like we know Cody when he won the title last year, what was going to happen. Big baby face, and we're all okay with it. Because if we can say he's probably the biggest since, Roman Reigns, 4-year run, phenomenal heel, but towards the end, we were loving to hate him, and that's what was phenomenal about it.
Yep.
We knew he was going to lose, but we almost didn't want him to lose. Let's see if he can beat Hogan's record, go after Bruno, go after Backlund, stuff like that. But now Cody drops the belt, which obviously we both agreed it just made him look weak. So now with John, Randy Orton coming out RKO, it was great. I would love to see Randy win the title. But
same. I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It'd be great. You're in St. Louis. You don't want to give Cena a month title run.
No, you're not. You're not going to have him beat Cody to lose his first fucking defense.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's a cool story. It's a storied rivalry. It's in Randy's hometown. One last time on pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's going to sell tickets. It's going to sell tickets.
It's going to sell tickets. It's going to make me tune in.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch.
There's been I wish I usually save things when I find them. I try to send them to you. So over the next 6 months, the Cena tour. He's supposed to drop the title in December in Boston at Saturday Night's Main Event, which would make sense because I think in his hometown he's going to do it right before he leaves. So he's going to hold the title until December at least. That's what there's an ESPN like basically a match poll of every like there's matches. I'm like, oh,
He's
wrestling.
going to turn back somewhere between now and then while still holding the title,
right? Or
because I don't see him going out as a heel.
No,
I just don't.
I know 100%. Or you're going to have even The Rock become involved in that Saturday night because it's in Boston. Saturday's main event.
Big show, big city.
Exactly. And it's seen as basically home turf. So we're going to see how it goes. And seeing it in Boston has always been 50-50.
Like everywhere else the dude goes.
Let's go see. Let's go Cena.
Sucks.
Let's go Cena.
Cena sucks.
You know, and so we'll see. But unpacking a lot.
He's another guy that's fun to hate.
He is. And I've always said he's the new generation Hulk Hogan.
Absolutely.
The difference is Hulk stayed popular for that 9-year run in the mid 80s to the early 90s. Cena was like hot for like, meaning everybody liked him for like 2-3 years, and then they started hating him.
Grew sour.
Yeah. And that's when he became Super Cena.
Yeah.
Nobody could beat him. That's what that too. So it's he's a phenomenal athlete. He's going to be a name in the business forever. However, we do have some more things to discuss, and we were talking about before we went on the air. You know, our main man, Paul Heyman, aka Paulie Dangerously, talking about the future of maybe one of the most underrated stables, the Dangerous Alliance in the 90s.
It feels awfully similar.
Yeah.
I really like it. Like you said, we were talking before we went on air here. Who's next? Because it can't just be two people.
No. You definitely bring, I think, you know, if you're going to bring a female in, because he had, for females in the 90s, it was woman, Medusa and woman, or is it just Medusa?
Medusa then. She was the one in the faction.
So, yeah, obviously, the easy choice is going to be Becky, because of her turning on Lyra. So I think
turning heel.
Becky will beat Lyra for the
fans are smart enough now. They know her and Seth are married.
Yeah.
Yada yada. It fits. They'll work chemistry wise. They'll obviously work well together.
Put them together and see what magic you bring. But you still need another man.
One more guy.
One more.
Who?
Question is going to be who. You could bring up like an Austin Theory. That could be a possibility.
I saw that online.
Austin Theory is a big maybe.
I mean, cool, quote unquote theory.
You could bring a veteran up, but what veteran would you bring up? Because you have Seth as a veteran.
Who do you bring to add something to the group? Because you have the muscle and the youth really in one guy.
Yeah.
In Braun Breaker.
One right there.
So
one of the best spray tans I've ever seen.
So now, what do you need? Like the Zbyszko character? Like another vet? Guy that's been around the bush for a while, knows what he's doing.
But that's the problem is like right now, WWE...
They had the perfect guy, and unless he turns after getting the shit beat out of him the last couple of weeks on TV,
I mean,
Sammy's a great choice. Mm-hmm. Not much going on for him right now. This puts him back in a big storyline right away.
And he has, and the thing is I'd love to see...
He excels when he's put in the spotlight.
And
put in the bloodline.
Because it's crazy where he's a phenomenal athlete. And as Matt and I have watched in the Indies back before Kevin Owens.
Shout out to El Generico.
Which was one of the best gimmicks. But he was phenomenal. And the way he wrestles now, it's like you watch him in was it PWG?
Yeah.
PWG. And it's one of those where in Ring of Honor and everything like that. Him and Kevin Owens, Steen in the Indies, are like, I feel like they're almost like non-identical twins. What do you call that? What? Fraternal twins, because they know each other so well. And Sammy needs at least one world title run.
Absolutely.
And I think right now with Jay last night, and I worked a double at the prison yesterday, so I'm going home, and that at least I had Raw on Netflix driving home. And the thing is with Jay right now, even though some of us old school wrestling guys be like, all right, he got it. It's okay to have it on a notch on your belt, your resume. We look at him and not as a huge star, but he's over. He's over. You got McAfee, you got Cole doing it. It's phenomenal to see. He's over right now.
You've got one of the biggest social media influencers on the planet standing on the desk, yeeting every week when this dude comes to the ring.
Going absolutely nuts.
What else do you need?
And that's what you need. So I'm okay with him.
McAfee's a pretty big guy.
We didn't think, again, that was probably one of the most, what the hell, when Gunther tapped out in 32 seconds, maybe 12 seconds. But I'm okay. We were both okay with Jey Uso winning. I just think maybe he's. I'm trying to always find the best way to describe him. I like him, but there's always that but factor with him. You know, the guys that win that 1 or 2 championships are kind of a transitional champion.
Right.
And we kind of look at them and like, all right, you won the title, but...
Well, that's what I said in our WrestleMania pre-show, too. Yeah. Like, you've had Gunther be a monster since the minute you hired him. And then, hey, as over as he is, Jey Uso is not a monster. He's best as a tag team wrestler. He needs Jimmy with him.
Right.
Great single. Way better tag team wrestler.
There's a couple...
He's the guy?
Yeah.
And then what? And then... calling back Pat McAfee Monday after Mania, Gunther goes after Michael Cole and McAfee, ends up choking him out. And now we have a match at Backlash. McAfee hasn't wrestled in a couple of years, and now he's going to get his sternum caved in.
I am confused. I mean, if McAfee is one of us, all right? Love him. He loves wrestling. He probably would have said, I'll sell whoever. So he's going to get squashed, I think, and maybe have a couple of hits, but...
This is building to something else.
Yes,
at the Saudi event, what, June?
Something. Yeah, something's going to happen.
Sounds like a guy from Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's played pro football.
And he may be there.
One final match.
He may be there.
I hope Gunther squashes him too, but that's just personal opinion.
I know. Goldberg, I think.
Oh, there it was. I didn't say it.
I said it.
It's okay.
Goldberg.
Yep, that
Bill
guy.
Goldberg.
Who?
What? Bill Goldberg. Spear. What? Jackhammer. What?
3 moves of doom.
3 moves of doom. So I think if that happens, the thing with Bill Goldberg, always going to be a fan of him. I think if he would have came to WWF at the time, it would have been a little different move. I think he's really the legit. Besides the cruiserweight division in WCW, Goldberg was the biggest star they made.
Oh, made. Absolutely.
But it's also his attitude that sucked the whole time, and that's why it didn't work with WWE.
Because you gave him the world the second.
Everything.
He started. The second he caught on, you just fed him.
We were talking about, again, before we came on air, about there's some site, it's either on Facebook or Instagram, where it shows WCW salaries in basically the late 90s, early 2000s before they went under. And besides Flair being severely underpaid, which we'll even say, he probably made more in the 80s than did in the 90s. Sorry, Nate. But Hogan was the top with Hall and Nash. Goldberg, Sting, Luger were right there. You know, it's like I think Sting and Goldberg were right there neck and neck with big money, you know. So I think
Sting has been there since 90. Goldberg shows up in 97.
And the craziest thing is you see his salary, you're like, ooh, I think he went from like 300,000 to like 1.2. I'm like, oh shit.
It's a nice jump.
Yeah, that's a huge jump.
It's a 300% increase.
Yeah. And he deserved it. I mean, it's just...
Well, as JR puts it, he put an ass every 18 inches. People were going to see him.
100%. I think that's going to happen again at the Saudi event. I'm going to see Goldberg and Gunther. And we'll see.
Sorry, Pat.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The New Day have been fucking phenomenal since.
I love the heels turn.
I love them
as heels because they're smart enough where they can do both. They can do both really well.
And again, Matt grew up loving the heels. I grew up loving the Hulkster, the ultimate babyface of all time before he went heel turn. And what I've realized the older I'm getting is that it's cool to be the bad guy.
Shout out to Mel Brooks for teaching me that heels were better. The 1987 classic, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Evil will always win because good is dumb.
Pretty simple, right?
It's like you just said, it's cooler to be the bad guy.
It's cooler to be the bad guy. And the thing is like with wrestling or anything, sometimes we can talk this about life. Sometimes you do dumb things, or you're this jackass, or you're always whatever to people. People will always talk. Always. And I think in professional wrestling, which is, I know there's a small minority of women, but mostly it's men. We love to hate certain dudes. But we're gonna pay to see.
If they're that good at us hating them, we're gonna
pay to go watch you
see them get their ass kicked.
Yes,
which is their job.
Which is right. And Roman Reigns. And I'll say this because he
did it better than anybody.
He finally did it. He couldn't get over as a good guy a little bit. Because they tried make him look strong. And then he just turned.
Then they're like, wait, they already hate him. Now let's make them hate him more.
It's a crazy thing because if you think of the Rocky Maivia in the late 90s, the same thing. They were trying to jam it down with her. We're like, who is this guy? Give him a mic, turn him mad. We love him. Stone Cold. Never really a bad guy. He was, I guess, but give him a mic, we love him.
Anti-hero.
Anti-hero. That's it. Just drink beer and beat up
Middle
your boss.
fingers, drink beers, assault your boss on television.
We all kind of want to. We all kind of want to do that once in a
dream.
while. Yeah, we all kind of want to do that once in a while. You know, poke him the jelly belly. Be all right.
All right, Backlash this Saturday.
It's going to be. I'm again.
A couple other matches we didn't really touch on. Most of them are going to be squashes.
The big ones are going to be
What they are.
What they are, and we're going to be ready for it. We both wish Orton to win another title, and he will win. I don't
he's
think
not beating Cena now.
He's not going to be Cena now, unfortunately. Cena's going to carry it.
He's going to be around another couple of years. He'll get at least one more.
I tell you what, because here's the thing with Randy, is that he is, and we always forget about, I will be the first to admit, is that we always forget about naming him as one of the greatest. He really is now.
Oh, easily.
Because he's turned into the cocky son of a bitch we all hated. Still cocky, but he's teaching now. The funniest thing is when he's having that promo with Cena, he's like, you need to have kids. Because I think that's probably what saved him. Honestly, he got divorced from his first wife, then he married this wife, and he's got a kid. And literally, I feel like this dude's in love with his wife. And he's got a couple of kids. I think he's got, I don't know how many he does, but he's like,
not the guy he was.
He's not. And we all love to hate Randy because it's like, he's our age. Mm-hmm. And he's got, when Triple H say you have so much talent, but you're blowing it all. And remember when he got injured? And he was
that humbled him a bit
and
too.
Then literally,
oh,
he got back on a motorbike and he fucking broke his collarbone. I mean, but he never got fired. He never, like he failed the drug test a couple times when he got all puffy. Right. But other than that, he's been all right.
Yeah, apparently they're not testing for that anymore.
Yeah, because he looks ginormous.
Looks a little puffy again. There's a few guys that look a little puffier than they used to. But
TKO, I mean, TKO might not do it. What?
It's sports entertainment. It's allowed.
Yeah, it is.
I'm for it.
I'm for it. You gotta heal up.
Looks
especially
good.
in your 40s.
That's it.
I'll say. I know.
All right, we're gonna put a wrap to this one. Episode 10, Top Rope Talk.
It's going so good. It's going so well, so quick. We're gonna keep rolling to episode what?
11.
That's right.
11.
We're gonna make it happen.
Quiet Corner TV, Top Rope Talk, where wrestling fans can be wrestling fans. See you next time.